Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing MekHQ. But before I get started, very happy shoutouts to Fox Mutant 12, Doc Larry, and Bautista, who all followed on uh, YouTube this past week. And I'm looking at this and my resolution looks better. Okay, I'm not sure what was going on there. So yeah. We were in the middle of doing some repairs before I missed last week's session, and I do apologize for that, and thank you all for your patience. We had just ordered... Hello, Varank. Welcome. I'm glad you could join us. We were, like I was saying, doing some repairs. We've got Tonga Lance still in kind of rough shape, and some other repairs going on. We've got no missions on the docket just yet. We are well below our salvage percentage, I notice. So we can definitely start picking up some more stuff if we wanted to. We are currently at kind of the southern edge of Rasselhog space. And as always, making our way gradually northwards. I did notice we did have some people ready to spend some XP if they so wanted. Not you though. Not you guys either. It was Mech Warriors. We've got Petra saving up for 30 so that she can increase her leadership. However, Wayne Henshaw, aka Tentacle Shogun, does have enough to increase his piloting if he were to so choose. And there was one other... Yes, Earl Sinclair. That's a random guy's Geometro. Has enough to increase his gunnery if he so chose, or his piloting and still have 10 points left over. And I think he wanted gunnery, but I'm going to hold off for the time being. Let's see, in the hangar we've got the scavenger mech, which apparently is not part of the TO&E because it doesn't have a pilot, I'm guessing. Who can we stick on that? We've got Bessie Caesar, who is not currently assigned to a unit. Oh, the scavenger mech is an assault mech. I did not realize that. Go ahead and add that to the rear echelon. We'll put that in rescue and recovery, because what better place for a scavenger mech than in rescue and recovery? McGorilla, hey, how's it going? Things are going rather well, at least for me personally. I've been super busy with work, pretty much since I recovered. Yeah, other than being super busy, things are going well. We're just doing some repairs. Obviously, I can't speak for Varank, but I hope he is also doing well. Speaking of repairs, we have a green arrow tech and nothing for that green arrow tech to do, I don't think. We've got a couple of tanks, which we can have Doodles on. Yeah, Doodles can start on these sensors on a 4+. The Cronus just looks like it just got its leg put back on, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got some armor to install and some actuators, and I feel like we can trust a regular tech to do that on a 3. Do we want... Yeah, we want Vernita doing that. She needs the XP. Let's see, green tech's on the actuators. If we go ×4, I think that's a good number. Actually, we can go ×3. Still have a decent shot. And let's go ahead and give the last one to Oliver just to get it off the list. We've got the Archer, which needs an arm. We're waiting for an elite tech to do that. Other than that, the armor is being worked on, and we're SOL on the hatchet. Wyvern's Archer needs a SRM4. We can do that real quick. Loney gained an XP for rolling snake eyes. Okay, we'll have Bede take a shot at that. We'll know the results tomorrow. And the Mackie needs its right torso, also waiting on an elite tech. I did straighten up the infirmary a bit, so we've got Dauphine Chocolates has max patience, Elsa has max patience, at the expense of Maru. He had, I think, 21 or 22 patients. I sorted them around. Let's see. Also, the campaign state. We've got the map mostly uncovered. We do have all of our objectives completed, and we do have one victory point, which is enough to carry us to the end of the contract, which is in September, October, November, December, which is in like 4 months. 3.5, something like that. Unmaintained. Which ones are those? Let me just double check this. The Austin is being refitted. Grasshopper's being fitted. That is a lot of patience, yes. We captured a fair amount of infantry during that last mission. Yeah, the enemy had several platoons of infantry, and we did a fair number on them. So let's see, the Manticore is salvaged, the Sabakukaze. That's actually not in bad shape. We can assign a driver. Let's go as Kutsuko. And how many gunners do we need, I wonder? Sabakukaze is a 50-tonner, so that should be, I want to say... Is it one crew member per 25 tons or one crew member per 15 tons? I forget. We're about to find out. We'll go with 2 veterans. And it looks like we need a third, so we'll go ahead and do an elite. We'll do Norma. And yeah, that is max crew. Let's go ahead and promote Norma. She was a vehicle gunner. We're gonna have to ungroup by unit, scroll all the way down to the gunners. Probably would have been easier to grab the slider, but I was kind of committed. Where is Norma? There she is. You're now a sergeant, you're in charge of the Sabakukaze. And we can apply that to the QRF, I suppose. Add unit. Sabakukaze. What other mech do we still have over here? We've got Vernita and the Angler. Here's the that. Oh yeah, that one's in mothballs. And Vernita is glitched out. So yeah, let's see, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was making sure that all of the things had text that needed text. So the Sabakukaze actually also needs a tech. We'll go ahead and have Lori do that. And from there, I think, yeah, everything else is... Wait, we've got this von Luckner. Yeah, let's, well, we gave the better driver to the Sabakukaze, which I guess works out because cover tanks make more piloting rolls, like when they go flanking speed. So we have Koto there, and then 75 tons, so that's what, 5 crew members, so that's gonna be, let's just go with all regulars. I don't want to waste 2 elites and not bring up the average. That's gonna be Dula, Alvin, go, because why not? Divine. Okay, so that is fully staffed now, fully crewed. I don't want to put a von Luckner in the QRF because that seems it's not very quick, if you know what I mean. So we're going to add a new force. We're going to call it, I guess, we'll go with tank detachment. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I want the tank detachment sorted above the aerospace, above the field gunners, and above the rear echelon. We can add the von Luckner, and actually I think I want Sabaku Kaze over here as well. And while we're at it, we've got a Saracen and a Vedette that we could throw into that, and they wouldn't be out of place. That brings our QRF down to a deployable number. Brings the tank detachment up to a deployable number. Wow, that Saracen is not a very good driver. And also, I guess Abdullah can be a sergeant as well. Let me find, that was the driver, I believe. Was it a gunner? Abdullah, yeah. Mainly because I guess he was the first one selected for the tank. Or, no, he wasn't. I did the driver first. That's weird. Okay, so anyway, all of our tanks now have sergeants at the helm. I want to swap out the driver of the Saracen. Where is the Saracen? I don't want to unassign the whole crew. Maybe we can go to Taiba Hakim. Where is Kataiba? I don't even know if that's a driver or a gunner. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you are, first of all, going to be a corporal again. Wait, you're an elite driver. I had those backwards. No, you are going to be a sergeant still. Never mind. So 6-3, yes. 3 is the piloting. Of course, I knew that. Unfortunately, it's not a very good shot, but that's fine. It has 16 missiles. That's not hugely offensive. That said, I think we're finally ready to advance the day and get on with some more repairs. We've gotten some parts in. We fixed the armor on the Archer, so that's going to be off the list. Salvaging stuff off the tanks, that's going to be a little while. B did get the SRM-4 onto the Archer. And let's see, the Wolverine's going to be less than 10 days. Hoser's backup ride is going to be, what, 6 or 7 days? Yeah, are you okay? Back to the repair bay, and let's see. We've still got green text on the Arrow. The Galleon is going to be another day. Manticore is going to be a while. That engine is not getting worked on very quickly. The Archer should have Chris here. Yes, Chris can replace the arm on a 6. That looks like our best shot, and that'll take 2 days. Meanwhile, we can have Penny working on the Mackie 6 as well. That'll take 4 days, but I mean, it would take just as long to have B do the arm and then the torso at her pace. Is there anything else I can be working on? I don't believe there is. Also, I want to have one of these green techs try to remove this armor or one of these parts, which I don't think I do. Not on a 5, not on a part that's not something that we have plenty of in stock. We'll go ahead and advance one more day. I say one more, I mean one more for now. we're gonna go at least a couple more days before we start looking for trouble. Soldier's Ride, the Hangar Queen, improving in quality, which is good. That's why I put her in the hangar for so long every day. The quick draw also improving from C to B. The Jabberwocky, seeing green but no red, always nice. Wyvern's Archer, I'm seeing some green in there. I'm also seeing some E's. An E, I should say. And I've got a cat that wants let out. Give me just 1 second, guys. Don't be like that. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't want her to just sit there and fuss at the door while I'm trying to stream. I had to shoot her on out. I hope I wasn't too mean. Let's see, Wyvern Long Tom Artillery also improving, very nice. And the APC, which I don't honestly care too much about, more up than down, so not terrible. Got some ammo in, got the sensors off the Galleon, that should be off the list, I believe. Landing gear and the armor off of the Saber and the Lightning, work in progress. We got the right armor on the Archer, which is good. Still working on the Manticore's engine, still working on the Mackey's right torso. Yes, Galleon has been removed from their unit roster. Okay, so let's see. Ash's Archer just needs actuators and armor put on. Who do we have that's in the way of a veteran? We've got B, can do that on a 4. B can do, I think, all of this on 4s. Oh, the upper arm actuator needs to be repaired, which is actually a surprisingly difficult job. I'll have Anacito do that on a 3. Just missing the hatchet now. The Mackey's right torso is going to be another couple of days. This engine is going to take for flipping ever. Still nothing but green arrow techs available. Alright, is it time to go looking for trouble? I think it might be. We'll start with Ash's Archer is just missing the hatchet. That's literally the only repair left to make on any of our active mechs. Let's go ahead, we'll send Mariana Lance here. We'll send Galatea Lance here, and we'll keep Tonga in reserve. Oh, hostile force detected. I thought Galatea was in scout mode. I guess not. So yes, hostile force detected. The scenario that generated is engage, which is worth a victory point if we win, which equals a support point, which is exciting. The terrain is going to be heavy urban fortress city. Let's check out what we're up against. We've got Tail Lance, which, to remind everyone, is Nairn Limbrick in the Orion Mark II, Zero Chew in the Quick Draw variant that I had put together for Ash that she's not using. Scarponi in the Warhammer 6ML, and Tentacle Shogun in the Marauder 5A. With some allied mechs, that's a Wasp, a Trebuchet, a Cicada, and a Phoenix Hawk. Cicada and the Phoenix Hawk are actually decent pilots. The Trebuchet is going to fall down. That's just my prediction. We've got the House Officer, that's our liaison, and a Valkyrie, so we're going to have to protect them. Plenty of Op 4. Oh, that is a long list of Op 4. Fortunately, it all looks like lights. We've got an LRM carrier is noteworthy. Saladin has an autocannon 20. Wasp Panther Firestarter, Wasp Scout Panther, Wasp, another LRM carrier. This one was a 3-6 piloting gunnery. And we've got allied bombers on the field. We've got a Chippewa and a Centurion fighter. 50 by 70, daylight, clear, and calm. We've got one reroll. Do we want to maybe open up the map a bit? Perhaps, I'm not sure. Objective. Engage the following enemy units for at least 16 turns. After 16 turns, there might not be much of them left, but we'll see what we can do. Let's see, their BV is almost 13,000. It's actually kind of a lot, considering our BV is barely 8,000. So Tonga Lance, which was in reserve, it's gonna take them time to get there. Yeah, let's send Tonga as reinforcements. We'll see if that changed anything. Is that in the command center? No, it's not in the command center. I know that there's a roll, and I don't know if you can see the results of the roll if it has no effect. But sometimes when you reinforce, you'll get additional enemy forces, unless you spend a support point, which we did not do. I think I want to reroll this heavy urban, maybe open up the map a bit, because I feel like I just don't like fortress cities, especially with large numbers of forces, because things tend to get jammed up in the alleys. We'll go ahead and reroll that. We've got wooded hills now. Is that? We've got quite the long list. So reinforcements are arriving on turn 9. It should be at least 8. Because the slowest of them is a 3, and they do have a point of strategy. Go ahead and adjust that and figure around 8. And they're deploying in the northwest corner. Everyone else is deploying in the east. Our allied forces deploying in the east. Our house officer and our allied bombers are all deploying in the east. Primary Op 4 deploying in the west. 16 turns. Here we go. We sort this by battle value. Yeah, the LRM carrier with the 3-6 is the big bad, followed by their Sabakukaze, followed by their Manticore, followed by their LRM carrier with weapons specialist. Let me just check on this. They're specialized in LRMs, aren't they? They are specialized in the LRM 20. So they are effectively a 2-5. That definitely makes them the higher priority target over the other LRM carrier. Same vehicle, effectively better piloting and better gunnery. So yeah, so we're looking for LRM carrier 86 as our target. What else have we got? We've got a harasser with weapon specialist, and we've got wasp with melee master. Let's see, we don't allow melee master. We replace that with melee specialist because it is a prerequisite. And what weapon are you specialized in? I just want SRM4. And this has 2 SRM4s. Okay, so he's effectively a 1-6 harasser. I'm glad he doesn't have more guns, because that would be pretty rough. But with just 2 SRM4s, he's only worth 407 points. Let me see. Air Force incoming on round 6. Got reinforcements coming on round 8. West. We have 1 initiative for the deployment phase. We've got 100% of everyone. Allied bombers are at 68%, and I can only assume that's because they're loaded heavily with bombs and therefore don't have all of their mobility. Oh wow, lots of people have already deployed. What are we looking at here? We've got Wasp, Scout, and Firestarter up here. We've got the Hunter and a Vedette there. We've got a Panther there. We've got a Pegasus there. Whereas over here, we've got a Valkyrie, Trebuchet, Wasp, Cicada, Phoenix Hawk, LAM, which is our... not our house officer. Which one was our house officer? The Valkyrie. Valkyrie needs to stay alive. Unfortunately, the Valkyrie is more maneuverable and faster than anything I'm fielding in this battle. So if he decides to run off ahead, there's not going to be much I can do to stop him. It's going to be the quickest way across the board. I'm thinking maybe down this row. Start with the Orion. Actually, the quick draw can keep up with the Valkyrie. Forgot about that. We'll start with the Orion there. The quick draw there. Oh, they are heavily reinforcing up here. We've got the Mini Peggy. We've got the Skulker. We've got both Panthers. Okay. We'll go ahead and set the Warhammer behind the Orion. 10 PBCs, 6 medium lasers, quite the package. The Marauder, I guess we'll start here. And that's actually a really good spot to start. We'll see. Alright, we've lost initiative going into round 1, which hopefully shouldn't be too big of a deal. At least we beat our house officer, so he can take off. Oh, there's an LRM. There's 2 LRM carriers now. Anytime now. Okay, so we've got both LRM carriers, a Manticore, both Panthers, the Scorpion, and the Skulker all right here in the dead center. Not far away, there's another Skulker and the Sabakukaze. Let's maybe try to sweep them from the south upwards. Kind of, yeah, I think that's the move. The Valkyrie already get there. Sprinted 7, I see. Can we also sprint 7? We can, actually. Not that I like sprinting, even on the first turn, but I need to keep up with that Valkyrie or we're gonna have a problem. Shogun, oh, misclicked. Might as well jump, keep that evasion up just in case anyone tries to take a shot at him. Let's see. This right there, where it's hopefully out of the way a little bit. Let's start with the LRMs, maybe. Blocked by terrain. Is anyone else in? No. Okay. The quick draw with nothing but a large laser for long range engagement also has no targets. Scarponi has no one in PPC range. The Marauder, very much a close range brawler, has no one in range. Everyone's still at 0 heat, no control rolls, no end phase shenanigans. We've one initiative going into round 2, although we are going first within our team. Oh man, there are so flipping many of them. I want to be here so we can start heading this way maybe. Or maybe we can get eyes on the Pegasus or something. Either way, I don't want to sprint if I don't have to. Although I suspect the Valkyrie is going to force our hand. Try to get out ahead of the Valkyrie. We've got 8 hexes, looks like. That is a lot of enemies. It really is. They're very much clustered up in this kind of area. So I'm hoping to come in through here and work my way northwards. Either way, after 16 rounds, the battle's over and our mission is completed. But until then, we're gonna have our hands full. Go ahead and sprint Berlin up. And Tentacle Shogun as well, just to try to pace. Saladin, flanking and turning, fails, skids 2 hexes, takes no damage. Okay, the Pegasus, we don't have LOS on. The Wasp, actually, we have LOS. We have range, but that's going to be a 14 because the target sprinted at least 10 hexes and it's at long range. So no targets for the Orion. The quick draw, extreme range, also he sprinted. Sprinted as well, didn't you? You have no. The Hunter is actually taking a pot shot at the Wasp on a 12, the Trebuchet at the Wasp on 11s, and the Valkyrie at the Wasp on 12s, and they all miss. That is... Interestingly, that is 3 different Wasps being targeted. I didn't realize there were 3 of them, but there's 79, 100, and 103. 1K. What's a 1K? Medium laser and a machine gun. Okay. No one's building up any heat yet, except for the Trebuchet is at 2. We've lost initiative going into round 3. Not only that, but we're going first within our team. Orion, Nairn Limbrick. Yeah, let's see if we can get a shot on this Pegasus this turn. Maybe try to do it at a walking pace. Hopefully the Valkyrie slows up and we don't have to chase after him anymore. Quick draw. Jump into these woods. Our pony will run forward 5 hexes, maybe get a PPC shot on the Pegasus. We'll see. Tentacle Shogun needs to continue sprinting to get into that close range. And now everyone else goes. Okay, well, just looking at what's going on with the map right here, it does appear that this center section is about to be very active. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 friendlies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 unfriendlies. Just on this screen right here. That's pretty nuts, if you ask me. This big battle is. Let's see, have shots on the wasp? No, we sprint. But we're not sprinting next turn, because next turn we'll be in range. Let's see. Orion, the Pegasus got out of his line of sight. We've got no shots on anyone. Quick draw. Has a shot on, looks like the Scimitar on a 13. That's not going to happen. No shots with Scarponi either. Looks like the Vedette is targeting our Trebuchet though. Oh, there is some firing going on this turn. Vedette missing the Trebuchet on a 9. The Phoenix Hawk LAM missing the Scimitar on a 12. Our allied Cicada at the Vedette, nailing it in the right side with a medium laser on a 10, gets a 12. The Sabaku Kaze at our friendly Trebuchet, hitting it in the left torso with a medium laser. The Scimitar missing on a 4. Trebuchet missing on 10s. The Valkyrie missing on a 12. Trebuchet is at 4 heat. Everyone else is running cool still. Going into round 4, we've won initiative for our team, but we've lost within our team. Gribbly, hey, how's it going? Sorry, I didn't see you there for a second. How are you? Glad you could join us. I wish I could say things were going better, but right now, I think things are about to get rough. Let's see. Ryan could go ahead and start moving this way. Warhammer can go ahead and start moving this way as well. Let's see. Shogun, jump jets, and pulse lasers. Plus he's a veteran pilot, so yeah, let's see. Know that these guys haven't gone yet, but we're covering a fair amount of territory from up here. All good here. I'm hoping rough is not too bad, but we'll see. Quick draw. Quick draw will continue jumping into woods. Hopefully have a target this turn. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, it's been a long week. Okay. Things are heating up in the center of the map. And we're somewhat out of position. Let me go ahead and review this again real quick. So, yeah, our 2 heavies down here are not in the best position. They need to hurry up and get their butts over here. Meanwhile, we've got a fair amount of engagement going on right here, but we're not as much a part of as I would like. Okay, we've got 10s on the Sabaku Kaze. Looks like that's going to be the only shot that we have. I do see a couple of 2s up there, but that's at extreme range, which is starting at a 10, I think. Oh, and we've got 12s with the medium lasers. Let's go ahead and put a point of heat for that. We've got a 12 on the Pegasus. And that would be, what, 15 on the Wasp? Yeah, 15 on the Wasp. We'll go ahead and take 12 shot just because we've got the ammo to burn. And we'll take a 12 shot with the LRMs. Everything else is 14 plus. Quick draw. We've got the Wasp, we've got Pegasus, or we've got, we might be able, no, we don't have any arm-mounted guns, so we can't get the Vedette, but we can shoot at the Pegasus, and we can fire 4 lasers in an SRM and be heat neutral, and hopefully knock out his motive system. Tentacle Shogun has 8s on the Sabaku Kaze, regardless of which weapon system he's using, because 3 hexes. Mostly vehicles? Yes. Mostly vehicles. Couple of enemy mechs, mostly lights. Actually entirely lights, it looks like. Couple of Panthers, 3 Wasps, Firestarter, and who else? Oh, maybe a 4th Wasp, and an Ost Scout. There are a couple of LRM carriers that are going to be kind of scary if we don't engage them soon enough. And there is also a Saladin floating around here somewhere that we haven't spotted yet. So, yeah, things are... That's not even all the bad guys, is what I'm trying to say. Now, we do have reinforcements showing up in another 2 turns for aerospace, I believe, and another 4 turns we'll have our heavy lance coming in from the northwest, so might be able to get a cool pincher maneuver going on there, but our heavy lance is gonna have a hard time keeping up with this force. They're all lights and tanks. Alright, let's see. We'll stay heat neutral. No, we'll go up to 4 heat on the Sabaku Kaze. I want that thing dead. That was one of their bigger threats. Let's see, the enemy Pegasus at the Valkyrie landing a medium laser to the right torso and 8 SRMs. That's going to be a piloting skill check. Left arm is down to 7, right torso is down to 5, left leg is down to 8. Other than that, it's mostly just splashing around. Warhammer missing on 10s and 12s, the Wasp missing on 10s. Panther at the Valkyrie, hitting him in the left leg with a PPC, critting on the upper leg and leaving him with 5 structure. That Valkyrie is in trouble, and that's not good, because that's our liaison. The Orion missing on 12s, the Wasp, enemy Wasp, hitting our Phoenix Hawk in the right leg and left torso with a medium laser and a machine gun. Vedette missing on 9s and 12s, the Pegasus, or the Quick Draw at the Pegasus, hitting it in the left side with a medium laser and immobilizing it. So that worked out well. Marauder at the Sabaku Kaze, landing SRMs mainly to the front, it looks like, also to the left side, costing it movement points but not immobilizing it. Valkyrie at the Wasp, hitting it in the left arm with a medium laser, critting on his hand, and hitting it in the head with some LRMs. Not getting the crit, but leaving it with 2 structure. And that left arm is down to 1 structure from the last LRM. Sabaku Kaze, number 91. Right, there was only 1. Yeah. Medium laser glancing off the left leg, medium laser to the left torso, medium laser to the left arm. Missing with everything else. Phoenix Hawk LAM at the Vedette, critting on the fuel tank with a medium laser and destroying the Vedette. Cicada at the Pegasus, immobilizing it with a medium laser to the left side. Hunter missing on an 11, the enemy Wasp, no, allied Wasp at the Vedette, hits it in the left side with a medium laser and the front with 2 SRMs. The Trebuchet at the enemy Wasp hits with 9 LRMs to the right arm and left torso. The Valkyrie with a base piloting skill of 5 plus the foot actuator and the no, it was an upper leg, I think. Plus 20 damage, needs a 7, gets a 6, falls, takes 3 to the left leg and crits on a jump jet. Needs a 7 to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious. Enemy Wasp number 103 needs a 7 to stay standing, gets an 11. Cicada kicking the Pegasus in the left side, immobilizing it again, leaving it with 1 armor. The Trebuchet is up to 5 heat, the Phoenix Hawk LAM is up to 4 heat. Our Marauder is up to 4, Warhammer's at 1, everyone else is pretty chill. We've not only won initiative for our team, but we also won within our team. We're at 99.75%. Our allies are at 98.5%. House officer is down to 71% already. He's lost some mobility and he's prone, so he's kind of in a bad spot. Primary out 4 is down to 90%, and our allied bombers are still at 68%, again, presumably because they have bombs. Going into round 6? No, that was round 5. Alright. So we get to see what everyone does before we move ourselves. Starting with Nairn Limerick and the Orion, gonna run up this hill into the woods, try to take some shots with that autocannon and the LRMs. Let's see. Scarponi also needs to move his butt up this way. Yeah, I think this is the way I want to go. I know it's up and over the hill, but the alternative is around the hill or down the hill. And I don't want to do either one of those, so up the hill it is. See the quick draw. Maybe come over here and start harassing these skulkers. Try to get under the guns of the Panther, maybe. That is a ridiculous number of enemies to be trying to take on all by myself, though. And I really need to be sticking near the Valkyrie if we can. Oh, the Valkyrie is apparently not prone. Apparently not prone, standing on top of the Pegasus, and the Trebuchet is as well. I'm not on top of, but next to it at any rate. Tentacle Shogun can get to within 3 hexes of the Pegasus. I don't necessarily need to be. The Pegasus I feel like is going to be dead already. Where is the Sabaku Kaze? That this hex? Oh, now you don't want to go. Yeah. Move here, get the hover tank with the pulse lasers. That's a good pairing. The quick draw has backshots on the other Pegasus, which is not evasive, and we're standing in woods. Yeah, I think where we are is a good place to be. We'll stand still. Valkyrie successfully gets up, needs a 6, gets a 6. The Pegasus, moving backwards over an elevation change, needs a 7, gets a 10. Alright, starting with the big guns. That is going to be the PPCs. We're starting with got PPCs on the Pegasus on 9s, 11s, 12s, 12s. Yeah, looks like it's going to be 9s and 11s on the Pegasus. 9s and 13. Excuse me. Yeah, that'll just be 9s then. The Orion on the Galleon. Go ahead and swap this over to cluster munitions. Give us a slightly better chance of hitting, better chance of getting a crit. Even though I'm pretty sure we're in his front arc. Are we in his front arc? I think we might be in his right. We're gonna skip the LBX for now. We'll take a 10 with the LRMs and then the 9. Quick draw at this Pegasus in the rear on 4s, and we're firing everything for 3 heat because we didn't move. And double heat sinks are the bomb. And the Sabaku Kaze, oh, Tentacle Shogun is quite the target. He blocked 1 hex, so he's not at all evasive. And that is LRM carrier coming at him. Vedette, the Hunter, Scimitar, all of those incomings. And the Pegasus. Excuse me. And the Sabakukaze, just for good measure. Yeah, let's go ahead. Do we want pulse lasers or do we want SRMs? SRMs I feel like do generally more damage, more chances for crits. Ooh, we're not going up to 5 heat though, we're going to stick at 1. Valkyrie missing on 10s and 8s, Panther missing on an 11, Ostscout at the Phoenix Hawk LAM missing on an 11, Phoenix Hawk LAM missing the Wasp on 9s and 11s, Wasp missing the Phoenix Hawk, Cicada at the Sabakukaze, immobilizing it with a hit to the front. The Pegasus at the Marauder, landing a medium laser to the left arm, SRMs to the head and right arm. Sabakukaze at the Marauder hits the medium lasers to the center torso and right torso, glancing blows off the left arm, small laser glancing off the center torso for 1 damage, and 2 SRMs to the left torso and head. Needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets an 8. That's not good. 1 more hit and he's likely to go unconscious. Trebuchet at the Manticore hitting with 12 LRMs to the front, stunning the crew and injuring the commander. Warhammer missing on 9s, Vedette missing on 11s, Scimitar missing on a 10, the Orion missing on 10s and 9s, the Hunter missing on an 8. LRM carrier number 86 is the Specialist. That's the one we need to worry about more. Lands all 20 LRMs on the Valkyries, left arm, center torso, left leg, and left torso, destroying the left leg and leaving the left torso with 0 armor. So he is going down at the end of this phase. Quick draw at the Pegasus, costing it half of its movement points with the large laser. Medium lasers to the rear, rear, and rear, destroying the Pegasus outright. The Manticore hitting the Valkyrie in the right arm with a PC, and the left torso with 5 LRMs, leaving 2 structure. HMS Boat Pricker, hey, how's it going? Great, forgot that the stream started. No worries. I'll do a recap as soon as I've got the map up again. But mainly I started by doing repairs and I don't know, just feeling a bit tired. I'm sorry to hear that. I can definitely sympathize. I've already mentioned a couple times that work has had me pulling so many shifts this week. Marauder at the Sabakukaze, hitting and immobilizing it with SRMs, immobilizing it some more, leaving it with 4 armor on the rear, but not getting the kill. Taking care of a puppy is also tiring. I'll bet it is. Yeah, especially a young puppy, full of energy, I'll bet. Valkyrie falls, takes 3 to the left arm, needs a 12 to avoid damage, needs a 5 to stay conscious. If he goes unconscious, we're out of victory points. Wasp punching the Phoenix Hawk in the left torso for 3, Wasp kicking the Sabakukaze in the right side. Trebuchet kicking the Pegasus in the left side and destroying it. Phoenix Hawk kicking the Wasp in the left leg and destroying that. Wasp falls down, takes 2 to the right leg, needs a 10 to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious. 10 weeks. Oh wow, yeah, that is young. Our quick draw is at 3 heat, our Marauder is at 1, our allied Wasp is at 1, the Trebuchet is up to 6, needs to cool it. Everyone else looks like they're at 1 or less, and there was a fire started in Hex 3540, I missed that. Our team has lost initiative going into round 6, but within our team we're going second. We're at just under 99% of our forces. Our allies are at just under 98. House officers at 42. Primary Op 4 is at 81. And our bombers are still just below 70. Speaking of bombers. Oh, the Centurion fighter fired an Arrow 4 non-homing missile, which will land next turn. Interesting. I did not realize the Centurion had artillery. And the artillery is going at the Sabakukaze, which is immobile. We need to vacate that area. Scarponi. Kill it here. No, not there. And the next turn should be over here. Hopefully that's far enough away. Orion will be right behind him. Hopefully does not eat an arrow 4 missile that scatters. Let's see. Medical Shogun is most in danger. Needs to jump over to here, I think. And then run up this way next turn. Our quick draw, maybe come over here and start harassing these guys a bit. These guys who have not, for the most part, moved yet. That fire starter might be able to get into my back. Let me count these hexes real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he cannot get into my back, but he could DFA me if he wanted to. He did not choose to DFA me. Wise decision. However, Phoenix Hawk LAM is... Oh, the House Officer destroyed by ejection. That's who ejected. Wasp needs a 10 to get up because his leg is destroyed, falls, needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 6. Starting with the Warhammer, as per usual. We've got a shot on the Sabaku, and we've also got 10s on the Panther, or 11s on the Pegasus. I'll take the Sabaku over the 10s any day. And the Sabaku is weak in the rear, so we'll go ahead and target that on 2s and 4s. We'll go heavy on the lasers. Let's see, the Orion at the Pegasus, we've got a 9 with the LBX. Got a 10 with the LRMs. Go ahead and maybe get lucky there. Maybe, dang it. Let's see, the quick draw. Who do we have we can target with the quick draw? We've got Skulker over here and a Galleon. We've got 6s on the Skulker. There's a Wasp over here that we could get 8s. I'm looking for 6s. That's going to be the Galleon or Skulker, I think. One of the Skulkers. Which of these Skulkers is worth more? Actually, the Galleon is worth 263. Yeah, the Galleon looks like the best target we've got. 6s. Skip the large laser, that'll put us at 3 heat for the turn. Tentacle Shogun at the Panther on 10s. Versus also 10s. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and try to empty our ammo bins a bit. Because it doesn't really cost us too much to refill them. But I do feel like it's a more effective weapon system, all else being equal. Okay. Skulker missing on 11, Harasser missing on 11s, Warhammer at the Sabaku Kaze, destroying it with the first PPC and following that up with all the medium lasers. Wasp missing the Phoenix Hawk LAM. The Panther, ouch, glancing blow off the left arm with the PPC down to 4 armor on that left arm. Orion at the Pegasus, landing 4 pellets to the left side, immobilizing it, and the turret and the front. I like the sound of exploding tanks. So do I, especially when they're not our tanks. Let's let's see. The Oscar missing on an 11. The Wasp missing on a 12. The Quick Draw at the Galleon on 6s, missing 3 out of 5 attacks on 6s. Hits it in the right side with a medium laser. 3 SRMs to the right side and the rear, costing it half its movement points and causing the small laser to malfunction. Oh boy, turret throwing competitions. Unfortunately, you cannot remove the turret from a tank except by just hitting it with guns. Or a kick, I suppose. Marauder at the Panther, landing 3 SRMs to the right torso and left leg, 3 SRMs to the left torso, left arm, center torso. That's not going to be enough for a PSR. Wasp missing on the Quick Draw. Phoenix Hawk LAM at the Wasp, hitting it in the left arm, destroying it, and transferring into the left torso. Hitting it in the right leg with a medium laser. Machine gun to the left torso. Galleon missing on a 12. Pegasus missing on 10s. The Cicada at the Panther, hitting it in the right arm for 5. Down to 5 armor there. The Wasp missing on a 12. The Vedette missing on an 11. The Trebuchet missing on 9s. He's still going to overheat. The Scimitar missing on 10s and 12s. The Hunter missing on a 9. The Centurion at the LRM carrier, landing 2 medium lasers, or landing 1 medium laser, excuse me, to the left side, which hits the fuel tank. So, destroyed by fuel explosion. That was 107. That's not the scary LRM carrier, but it's still an LRM carrier off the field. He does, however, get one last lucky shot on the Marauder. 12 LRMs to the right leg, right torso, and right arm, costing us our last point of edge. The Phoenix Hawk kicking the Wasp in the left leg, destroying it, and transferring into the center torso. The Wasp trying to kick the Phoenix Hawk and failing. That Wasp must have already been prone because he did not fall over from having his leg destroyed, which means he's probably about to eject. I think that guy was already missing 1 leg. Our Quick Draw is at 3 heat, our Marauder is at 1, our allied Trebuchet is up to 8 heat. That's a targeting penalty, that's where I draw the line. More fuel explosions, yeah, nice. The Phoenix Hawk LAM is up to 5 heat, but that's fine. He's got 12 heat sinks, he can drop that down kind of quickly if he so chooses. The enemy Panther is at 3 heat. Fire is still burning brightly. We've lost initiative going into round 7, but we are going last within our team, so that's nice. We're at 98.69. Our allies are at 97.97. Primary outforce down to 66.88. And our allied bombers are, I want to say, up to 69.86. Or down, maybe. I think they were already at like 67 or 68, weren't they? Alright, let's get away from that incoming artillery if we can, please and thank you. Knowing full well he didn't actually get any further away from the ground zero. Scarponi is able to get further away from ground zero. See, Marauder is in rough shape. Tentacle Shogun has taken a couple of wounds. Need him to be as evasive as possible if we can. Maybe come over here to get some partial cover. If we were playing by the old rules, I would not do that because that increases the likelihood of head hits, but by the new rules it does not. That should give me partial cover from the Manticore, the LRM carrier, the Panther, all those guys. Oh, there's that Saladin. Where did he go? Okay, he's over here. We want to take him out as soon as possible. So that's going to be jumping jack or hopping jack. We do have hopping jack, so it's the same as running for firing. Wasp number 100, destroyed by ejection. Harasser, flanking and turning, needs a 6, gets a 6. Scout, moving backwards over an elevation change, needs a 6, gets a 4. Falls on its rear, takes 4 damage to the right arm. Needs a 6 to avoid damage, gets a 7. Centurion, the shot is impossible, no targets tagged this turn. Well, I was all worried about the artillery splashing and tagging us, but seems that won't be an issue. So we've got 10s on the Scorpion, 7s on the Manticore. I think the Manticore might be my best bet. We will continue sticking with the cluster munitions, just because that gives us better crit chances. And we're going to fire everything because we are still heat neutral. More ejections. These are not clanners, that's for sure. Gun pilots still eject in this game, don't they? Pretty sure they do. Shooting at the Pegasus. The Centurion is shooting at the Pegasus. And what is he firing and what is he? Medium lasers on 3s. That Pegasus, still pretty tough. We might want to pitch in a little extra help on that one, depending on what shots we've got. We've got the Manticore on 9s. We've got the LRM carrier on 9s. That is done deal. One of those hits, hopefully we can get a kill. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm just saying, you know, best case scenario. We came here to mess up this Saladin. We're again not firing the large laser, but we will fire everything else on 8s. And Tentacle Shogun at the Pegasus, maybe. Want to hit that left side if we can. I don't think we can. No, we can't. How's the right side looking? Tough. I guess the turret might be the best target we've got. Guaranteed to hit with the pulse lasers. Go ahead. We'll go up to 1 heat with the lasers. Those are all guaranteed to hit. I just want them to hit the turret, which I believe is a 7-up on 2d6. The Centurion at the Pegasus hitting it in the front, the turret in the front, down to 14 armor on the front, down to 15 on the turret. We should have shot at the front, knowing what we know now. The Harasser at the Phoenix Hawk LAM, missing on 9s, the Chippewa dive bombing, the Wasp hitting it in the center torso, the right arm, the right torso, the right torso, the right leg, center torso destroyed. The Harasser takes 5 to the right side. The Harasser takes 5 to the turret. So the Harasser is down to 3 armor in a couple locations. The Panther at the Centurion hits it in the nose with a PPC. The Scout missing on an 11. The Phoenix Hawk LAM at the Hunter, destroying the engine and immobilizing it with a large laser to the left side. Panther missing the Cicada at the LRM carrier, hitting it in the front with 2 mediums and a small, leaving it with 5 structure and causing an LRM 20 to malfunction. Wasp missing on 11s, Wasp missing on 8s, Galleon missing on a 12, Saladin missing on a 12. That's a relief. Scorpion missing on 12s, the Orion at the Manticore does land 3 pellets to the right side and turret, immobilizing it. So the Manticore is going to be a much easier target for long-range fire from now on. The Vedette hitting the Chippewa in the left wing, the Scimitar hitting the Chippewa in the left wing, down to 48 armor there. Warhammer at the LRM carrier hits it in the left side with a PPC, but does not get the kill. The Hunter missing on an 8, the Quickdraw at the Saladin hits it in the left side twice, which is enough to destroy it. The Marauder at the Pegasus hits it in the turret 1, 2, 3 times, leaving it with 1 flipping structure. It's a shame we can't knock it down and hope for the last point of damage on the fall. Manticore at the Trebuchet hits it in the left leg with a PPC, leaving it with 5 armor, and surprisingly no piloting checks. Cicada kicks the Manticore in the turret for 8, the Wasp kicking the quick draw in the left leg for 4, needs a 4 to stay standing, gets a 9. Quick draw is at 3 heat, Marauder is at 1. The Trebuchet cooled down this turn, finally, down to 0 heat. The Phoenix Hawk LAM is up to 7 heat. He's about to hit that 8-point threshold. Panther is at 1 heat. Panther is at 4 heat. Chippewa and the Centurion both need to make control rolls. They need a 5 and an 8 respectively. They get a 7 and a 10, so it's a good thing the Centurion rolled well. That was not an easy check to make. We have 1 initiative for our team, and within our team we're going almost last, except for the House Officer. We're at 98.6, our allies are at 97.3, the primary outforce is at 53, and the allied bombers are up to 88 from like 68. So yeah, that's definitely an improvement. Or an increase, I should say. Not necessarily an improvement, because now they have less bombs that they can drop. And it is time to deploy our heavies. Okay. I want closer at long range, laying into their backs. By long range, I mean ideally 6 hexes or less, but that's not going to happen. Let's see, we've got the Cronus over here. You can come over here and try to take this LRM in the back, or the LRM carrier, I should say. Let's see. The Blackjack can start here and maybe even stay there with those ER large lasers. Closer. Honestly, I'm thinking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puts us there. Gives us fairly good shots on all of these guys. Long range for now, but we can close the gap. Let's see, the Stalker. Perhaps here. It's through the woods a little bit, but still mostly a clear shot as far as movement goes. And Ash in the Archer. This is the one with all the medium lasers. Wish it was just a little bit faster. I guess we can start here. It's through a heavy woods, but otherwise relatively clear. Alright, let's start with what is this, Tonga Lance? Because those guys are easy to move. We know where they're going. They're just simply advancing. Oh, the LRM carrier is coming this way. Try to get a shot on his, looks like his right side, which is his strong side. Maybe we come after his front. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the LRM carrier is not going to have much of a shot on us at this range, and is that much as moving as quickly as we are. Tsubasa, not in the LRM carrier's arc, so we'll just walk. Let's see, the Orion can walk over here and kick the Pegasus, hopefully in the turret, or maybe hit it with the LBX. It only has 1 point left. Let's see. Warhammer. We'll maybe advance on the Manticore. Secondary target being the Panther. Or do we want to head more over this way and try to clear out some of this mess? I think I think we want to take out the Scorpion this turn, maybe the Galleon next turn if we can. That leaves the Quick Draw on the Marauder. Marauder wants to be evasive and hopefully undercover. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's extreme range for the pulse lasers, long range for the SRMs. Let's see. Is that where we want to jump to? I don't know if it is. I would be giving up the partial cover bonus if I come over here. But I'm more in the thick of the fray. And that leaves the Quick Draw, who's already in the thick of the fray. What have we got going on with this Hunter? This Hunter is immobile. We can come over here. Can we? Is his right side weak? No, his left side. How about we jump 3 hexes? No. Honestly, the Hunter worries me less than this Panther. Yeah, we'll have the Quick Draw take a cooldown turn. Excuse me. The Scimitar moving backwards over an elevation change needs a 6, gets an 11. The Ost Scout needs a 6 to get up, gets an 8. Air support has come back. Let's see. Ryan, saving the LBX for the Pegasus. We've got the Manticore on 2s now, but he is going to be a tough sucker. 2s and 1s. And then the LBX cluster munitions at Pegasus. Hopefully that's enough to kill it. Quick Draw at the Panther. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the Hunter on the left side. That's not going to be enough to penetrate. We'll just go straight for the Panther. We'll do the large 3 mediums and the SRMs. Warhammer was going to take on the Scorpion, I believe. Or was it the Hunter? 9s versus 5s. Yeah, we'll throw a couple 5s at that left side. Hopefully we can take out the Hunter. That, at the very least, would be an LRM 20 off the board. We'll throw in 3 medium lasers. Tentacle Shogun has thoughts on the Manticore. Manticore is weak on front, it looks like. Or we can just throw a bunch of SRMs at it and hope we get a fuel tank or something. It's the same to hit. Yeah, we'll do that. Poser has 9s on the LRM carrier, but it only takes 1, I think. LRM carriers, especially if we hit the front. And we'll throw in an 11, just because that's 2 points of heat. We can afford that. Warwolf at the Panther on an 11, or the LRM carrier on a 10. The Manticore on a 5. Yeah, we'll go for the Manticore, and I think we're gonna go for turret, maybe? Ash has no one in sight. The Cronus at the LRM carrier on 5s. 7s and 11s. We'll go heat neutral with everything. And Tsubasa at the Manticore. We'll go for that turret again with some large lasers on 4s. And the LRM carrier on an 11 just to build up a couple points of heat, because I hate letting heat sinks go to waste. Centurion and the Chippewa both lose altitude from weapon attacks. The LRM carrier repaired the LRM-20, the Skulker missing on an 8, the Phoenix Hawk at the Scorpion on 6s, costing it a movement point. Front is down to 11 points, left side is down to 9. Harasser at the Quickdraw lands nothing, almost starts a fire, not really almost. The Cicada at the Panther landing 3 medium laser, 2 mediums and a small to the right torso, left leg, and left arm. Panther at the Quickdraw would have landed a PPC on our head, but we had a point of edge redirecting that to the right leg. 2 missiles to the center torso and right leg. Wasp missing on 8s, the Ost Scout hitting the Quickdraw on the center torso with a medium laser. Trebuchet at the Scorpion lands 15 LRMs to the front and turret. The Centurion fighter at the Scorpion tank hits the right side for 10, down to 1 armor. Panther missing on 12s and 9s, the Chippewa at the Manticore hitting it in the turret and the rear, and the right side and the rear, and the rear some more. And the rear some more, down to 0 armor on the Manticore's rear. And we were targeting the turret. Not ideal. The Wasp landing nothing on the Quickdraw, but starting a fire in his Hex. The Orion at the Manticore hitting it in the front with 2 medium lasers and 5 LRMs. 4 LRMs to the turret as well. 2 SRMs to the turret, down to 17 armor. The LB-10X at the Pegasus hits with 6 pellets. One of them is hits the turret, which is all we needed. Quickdraw at the Panther hits it in the left torso with a large laser, down to 0 armor there. Medium lasers to the left leg, left arm, down to 3 armor on that arm. SRMs to the left arm and left torso. The 1 armor left on the arm and 6 structure left on the torso. Galleon missing on a 10. Warhammer at the Hunter, which is already dead, I believe. We killed the Hunter, didn't we? No, that was the Pegasus. Immobilizing it with the first hit. PBC to the left side, medium lasers to the left side. Enough to destroy the Hunter, so the Hunter is dead, yes. The Pegasus at the Marauder, hitting a medium laser to the left leg, SRMs to the right torso and center torso. More SRMs to the left leg, torso, and arm. The Marauder at the Manticore, hitting it in the front with 3 SRMs, hitting it in the front with 4 more SRMs. Destroyed by damage and killed the crew at the same time. Scorpion missing the Phoenix Hawk on 10s. Hoser at the LRM carriers hits it in the rear for 9, down to half of its movement points, and 9 to the right side, down to 3 armor. The Dead at the Quickdraw missing on a 10. The Stalker at the Manticore hitting it in the turret for 14, down to 3 armor. Scimitar at the Quickdraw landing a medium late or an autocannon 5 to the left arm, SRMs to the right torso. The Cronus at the LRM carrier lands enough medium lasers to the front to destroy it. The Blackjack at the Manticore hits it in the turret, destroying it. Excuse me. Quickdraw needs a 5 to stay standing because it took 20 points of damage, gets a 7. Panther needs an 8, gets a 10. Yeah, hit is good. That is quite a few guns off the field. That's the LRM carrier over here. Yeah, they are. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like, oh, those are hovers. 2 hovers, 2 wheeled, 3 tracked, pilot, and 4 light mechs. Oh, I did say that I was going to recap things, and I never did. So yeah, sorry about that. Physical attack, we can kick this Panther on a 4. That sounds like a bet. Panther punches the Cicada on a 10 and misses. The Wasp kicks the Panther in the left arm. Cicada kicks the Panther in the right arm. Panther kicks the quick draw on the right leg for 7, down to 5 armor there. Phoenix Hawk kicks the Scorpion in the left side, stunning the crew for 2 turns. Quick draw kicks the Panther in the left leg for 12, down to 1 structure. Quick draw needs a 4 to stay standing, rolls Snake Eyes, takes 5 to the left torso and 1 to the right arm. Zero Chew needs a 4 to avoid damage, gets a 6. Panther needs 6s because it was kicked twice, gets a 6 and a 9. Other Panther needs a 7, gets a 6, falls on its left arm for 4, down to 3 structure. Needs a 7 to avoid damage, gets an 11. Our quick draw is at 3 heat, our Awesome is at 2 heat, our Blackjack is at 2 heat, the Trebuchet is at 5, the Phoenix Hawk is at 5, Panther 97 is at 5, Panther 102 is at 6. Pilot Marion Manglorkar needs a 10 to wake up, gets a 4. Pilot Elizabeth needs an 11, gets a 9. There's now fire in 2 hexes. We've won initiative going into round 9. We have, however, lost initiative within our team, excuse me. We're at just over 97%. Our allies are just over 97. The primary outfor is down to 36. And just in case anyone was wondering, the win condition is not to destroy the enemies or a certain percentage of the enemies. The win condition is to engage them for 16 rounds. So I don't think this battle's going to last 16 rounds. I think we've got maybe 4 or 5 more rounds left, if that. Alright, so Hoser continuing to advance. Do we walk or do we run? That's extreme range on the Scorpion. I think we found our target. He moved 0. Yeah, so that's basically just going to be 0s, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 for running. Yeah, we should be able to land a hit on the Scorpion at a run. Or no, 7s, because we walked. Warwolf will run because he's got medium lasers. Ash will also run because she's got medium lasers. Blackjack will continue advancing at a run as well. And Stiletto come up here and try to harass this Panther maybe. Do we jump? Yeah, let's jump into the heavy woods. No reason being more of a target than we have to. We've got Hopping Jack, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we do. Alright. So the Panther is advancing on Stiletto and Tsubasa. We've got the Scorpion, the Galleon. Panther is prone. Let's see. Scarp 20. We'll walk through the woods and try to get a kick on the Scorpion, if nothing else. Marauder is getting low on armor. Yeah, once that bar gets about half full, that's when I start thinking about trying to pull him back a bit. That said, I think we can afford to jump into these heavy woods and take some shots at this Skulker, maybe? The Galleon's already taken some damage, mainly to the rear. We could get in his rear arc. The Skulker is undamaged. And those guys are actually kind of tough. We're going to spend all of our movement points to stand up, because we're not planning on moving any hexes, because we just want to be where we are. We're going to take shots at the Skulker, but not as many as we would if we weren't standing in a fire. We need a 2 to get up. Okay, why take chances if you don't have to? We weren't going to use those movement points anyway. Yeah, I got a 7, stood up successfully. Alright, starting with the big guns, as I try to do most of the time. We've got 7s on the Scorpion. Yeah, that'll be a cooldown turn for him. Warhammer at the Galleon on 6s, and we'll go 6s and 8s. And then we'll also throw in some small lasers on 6s at the Scorpion, just enough to go up to 4 heat. The Orion at the Panther on 8s, 9s, 11s. That's not great. We'll take the 11s and the 7s and the 8. And we'll go for the Skulker next. We're gonna have to skip the large laser. We'll go 1, 2, 3, skip, and we'll go with the SRM to put us at 2 heat. Tentacle Shogun at the Galleon. I feel like the Galleon might already be in trouble. His right side is going to be taking fire in the form of a PPC and a bunch of mediums. We're not going to shoot the pilot. The Panther on a 12. The Ost Scout on a 12. The Skulker on a 10. Scorpion on an 8. Or the Galleon on 7s. We'll go for the 7s. Enough to put us at 1 heat. We'll go for 10s on the Galleon, I guess. No one in range of the archer yet. Cronus. You've got a Panther all up in your face. So we've got 6s on you. And that puts us at 3 heat. Tsubasa at the Panther on, that's going to be what, 7s and 9s? We'll take the 7. Alright, the Centurion and the Chippewa both lose altitude. The Awesome missing on 3 7s. Closer. I know you can roll better than that. A 2, a 6, and a 4. That's not great. Warhammer at the Galleon. The Galleon's dead. Scorpion is dead. That's a double kill for Scarponi. Skulker missing on an 8. The Orion missing on 11s and 7s. The quick draw at the Skulker, the right side, and the rear. And the right side some more, down to 1 structure on that right side. That's unfortunate. 2, 6, and 4 is not good. No. 7 is average, so that's 3 below average rolls. All in a row. Sometimes the dice gods just don't look upon you favorably. It happens. Let's see, the Marauder at the Galleon to the front, the turret in the front, injuring the driver. Stalker at the Galleon on 10s, missing. The Panther missing. Scarponi on a 7, gets a 6. Ost Scout at the Chippewa needs a 12 and misses. Cronus at the Panther with a 5 and a 4 to start with, not great. Medium lasers do connect to the center torso and left arm. Small laser to the left arm, small laser to the right torso. 4 SRMs all hit, right arm down to 0, right torso down to 0, left torso and left leg. The Firestarter at the Chippewa hits it in the nose with a medium laser, critting on the SRM-6 and the left wing. Blackjack at the Panther hits it in the left torso and the right leg for 8 each. That left torso is down to 0 armor, right leg is down to 4. Panther missing on a 10. Wasp hitting the quick draw in the left leg with a medium laser. Centurion at the Firestarter hits it in the center torso with a medium laser. The Skulker missing the Chippewa on a 13. Don't know why he took the shot on a 13. I wouldn't have. The Chippewa at the Firestarter hitting the left torso, right torso, left arm, right arm. LRMs to the right arm, destroying the right arm and blowing it off at the same time. The Galleon missing on an 8, the Phoenix Hawk missing on 7s and 11s, the Cicada at the Panther hitting the left arm and destroying it, transferring into the left torso rear. Small laser to the right arm, down to 3 structure there. That's almost a PPC off the field. Vedette missing the Centurion on a 9, the Wasp hitting the Panther in the right leg with a medium laser, down to 7 structure. Scimitar missing on 8s and 10s, Trebuchet missing on 12s. Panther took 40 plus damage, needs an 8 to stay standing and falls down, takes 4 to the right torso, critting on 2 heat sinks. Needs an 8 to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious. Firestarter needs a 7 to stay standing, gets the 7. Quick Draw is going to pick at Skulker on a 1. Can we leg this Wasp maybe? That would be nice. On an 8. How much armor and structure does he have in his legs? Because we're going to do 12 points of damage with a kick, which would leg him. 40% chance to leg a Wasp. I'll take it. Wasp kicks the quick draw on the left leg for 4. Quick draw misses on an 8, gets a 5. Wasp missing the kick on the Panther for a 6. Cicada kicking the Panther in the center torso for 8. Quick Draw needs a pair of 4s to stay standing, gets them both. Wasp needs a 6 to stay standing, gets an 11. Alright, Quick Draw is at 2 heat, Warhammer's at 4, Marauders at 1. Cronus is at 3, Blackjack is at 2. Trebuchet is still at 5, Phoenix Hawk is up to 6. Panther is at 8. That's the one that lost 2 heat sinks. Other Panther is at 4. Down to 4, I guess. The Chippewa, Chippewa has 25 heat sinks. Jeez. Chippewa needs a 6 to stay in control. Gets a 7. Pilot Elizabeth needs an 11 to wake up. Gets an 11. Okay. We've won initiative, and furthermore, we're going last in our team. We're down to 97%, our allies are down to 97, Op 4 is down to 30, bombers are up to 85. And now we get to watch everyone do their thing. Oh, guess not. I was thinking it was going to be like earlier in the battle when we could just sit back and watch all the bad guys do all their stuff. Moving forward at a run. Moving forward at a run. Moving forward. Actually, is there any reason not to sprint? There's a Panther down there. That would technically be within range. Yeah, we might as well sprint. We're not going to take any shots this turn, I don't think. Bonus is going to hold off. Blackjack can go ahead and walk for 1 point of evasion. Oh, the Firestarter is closing in. Let's see. Bonus, we're still holding off on that. Marauder. Okay, Warhammer. Trying to get eyes on this Firestarter, but I don't see it happening. Too much smoke and trees in the way. Maybe the quick draw. Yeah, let's go in here for some back shots on the Firestarter. And that leaves the Scimitar on our right side, but that should be fine. Well, unless he goes for the leg. That leg is looking pretty weak. Let's see. Scarponi might have a target in the Wasp at this point. Yes, we can get shots on the Wasp. Not great shots, but it's a shot. I saw this Panther move, so we can go into his back. Let's see. Orion to back of the Panther at a range of 5 should be pretty good for, well, kind of meh for everything, but equally meh for everything. At least it's only a walking pace. Oh, Tentacle Shogun, you got an Ost Scout in your sights. You ran for TMM of 3. We've got pulse lasers. Yeah, Tentacle Shogun's gonna do nothing for movement. Quick draw pass through a fire. Panther needs a 7 to get up, gets a 10. Wasp pass through a fire. Panther 97 needs a 6 to get up, gets a 7. Lost Scout pass through a fire. Centurion flies off the map. Alright, starting with Das Big Guns. We've got the Panther on 8s. He does have partial cover, so leg hits aren't going to be a thing, but we've still got 8s. Hold off on the 12. We've got 8s on the Skulker versus 11s on the Panther. Which side do we need to hit on this guy? We need to hit the right side, and we've got 8s to do it, and we're also in his right arc. The Orion at the Panther. Now, he does not have partial cover from us. Do we go back to... Yeah, let's try and hit him with a 7 for everything. And some 9s, and skip the small, and a 9, and a 9. Quick draw at the fire starter. Oh, Mini Peggy does have back shots on the quick draw. There's more tanks behind the quick draw than I had realized. Well, we've got back shots on the fire starter. We've got the Wasp on 8s, which means we've got the Skulker on 7. 7 is a much easier shot than an 8, just from the way the law of probabilities works. Do we go for the Skulker on 7s, or do we go for the back shots on the fire starter? I mean, the fire starter's back is still relatively fresh. We're gonna go for the kick. Yeah, let's go ahead and shoot at the Skulker, just because we're more likely to hit. Not the large. We'll go up to 4 heat for everything, except the large. Gonna go Tentacle Shogun at the Ost Scout on 4s. Yeah, we'll do some of those. Then we'll skip, and we'll throw in a couple of SRMs on 6s. Actually, do we want to do that, or do we just want to go with the pulse lasers on 4s? Armor does he have? 9s, 8s, 6s, 12. He's got 16 in each leg. Yeah, I think we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then with Scarponi, we've got 12s, and we'll go 9s. Everything except the PPCs. Ash sprinted, it has no target. Stiletto has backshots on the Panther on 3s, so we're going to unleash everything, putting us at 2 heat. I really like the Cronus with double heat sinks. Very nice. And then we've got Tsubasa with the large and 4 mediums, putting us at 1 heat. Oh, no gyro. Huh. Alright. Phoenix Hawk LAM at the Panther 102. Hits it in the left arm, transferring into the left torso, leaving it with 1 structure. Machine gun to the left leg, destroying it, and transferring into the left torso and destroying that. Machine gun to the center torso, leaving him with 10 armor, and he is going down. Cicada at Panther 102 misses because his right leg is behind cover. The Harasser landing 4 SRMs on the quick draw. Landing the first one to the left leg, critical, critting on the foot and the lower leg. That is going to be 2 piloting checks. Right leg is down to 3 armor, center torso rear, right torso rear. The Panther 102 hits the Phoenix Hawk LAM in the right leg with a PPC, leaving it with 0 armor. Hoser at Panther 102 gets a 3 and a 7, which both miss, and then a 9, which hits him in the left leg, which does no effect. Stalker at the Skulker hits it in the right side with a large laser, destroying it. Ost Scout at the Marauder hits it in the center torso for 2. Orion at Panther 102 hits it in the center torso rear with that LBX, leaving it with 8 structure. Medium laser to the center torso rear, SRMs to the center torso rear, and destroying the Panther. Firestarter missing on 12s. Quick draw at the Skulker, hitting it in the left side with 1, 2, 3 medium lasers, stunning the crew and immobilizing the vehicle, leaving it with 3 armor. And then landing 3 SRMs to the left side, which is enough to destroy the Skulker. The Marauder at the Oscout, glancing blow off the right arm, leaving it with 5 structure. Medium pulse to the left arm and left torso. SRMs to the left arm, center torso, right arm, left torso. Not as much damage as I was hoping for. Hoser isn't rolling great. Yeah. I mean, 8s is not an easy shot. That was 8s, right? Where did it go? Yeah, needed 8s. Only got 1 of them, and that one was undercover. Alright, so that was the Skulker destroyed, that was the Marauder at the Ost Scout, the Wasp missing on 10s, the Warhammer at the Ost Scout. Hits it in the left leg for 5, right leg for 5, left leg for 5 again, critting on the upper leg, and then missing with everything else on 9s. Skulker missing the quick draw on 11, the Vedette at the Phoenix Hawk, hitting it in the right torso for 5. Cronus at the Panther hits it in the left leg for 8, critting on a jump jet. Right torso rear with a medium laser. Left torso rear with a medium laser. Left leg with a medium laser, destroying it, critting on the upper leg and the hit. Small lasers to the left torso rear and right leg. SRMs to the right arm, double critting on the PPC. Right torso rear down to 2 structure. Center torso rear down to 5 armor. Scimitar missing on 8s and 12s. Blackjack at the Panther, hitting the right arm, destroying it, transferring into the right torso, transferring into the center torso, leaving it with 7 structure. Medium lasers following that up and critting out the center torso, destroying the other Panther. Quick draw needs a pair of 6s to stay standing, gets an 8 and a 6. Oscout needs an 8 to stay standing, gets a 7. Falls on his left torso for 4. Needs an 8 to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets 5. Quick draw is going to try to kick the Firestarter on a 7. Yeah, gonna kick the Firestarter on a 7. Scarponi is gonna punch the Ost Scout in the back with his PPC arms on 9s. Shogun is gonna kick the Ost Scout on a 3. Wasp misses his punch on the quick draw. Quick draw kicks the Firestarter in the right leg, critting on his hip. Nice. Warhammer missing both of his punches. The Marauder kicking the Ost Scout in the center torso for 15, leaving it with 6 structure. Firestarter with a hip actuator hit and was kicked, needs a pair of 8s, gets a 12 and an 11, stays standing. But he's not going to be running or jumping without making those 8s again. Quick draws at 4 heat, Marauders at 1, Cronus is at 2, Phoenix Hawk LAM is at 7, bumping up against that 8-point threshold. The Wasp, the Firestarter, and the Ost Scout are all that remains of the enemy mechs. Marion needs a 10 to wake up, gets an 8. We've got Fire burning brightly in 3 hexes now. It's the 3rd hex. Enemy op 4 is at 18%. If I make it through a couple more rounds and they're not dead, I'm just gonna call it. Just so that I don't have to worry about continuing the last round or 2 at the beginning of next week's session. Closer going to run, I think. Is there any reason? No, I don't see any reason at all to run. I'm just gonna walk. Stalker can run 3 hexes. The Archer can run 4 hexes. Tsubasa. Let's see, there's no enemy targets anywhere on the left side. So we are going to continue pushing to the right at full speed. Yeah, that whole lance is just going to continue advancing. Alright, we can mess this Ost Scout up some more. We're gonna do that. Let's see, the Orion is going to advance over to here. The quick draw is going to do we pick up the pilot? Elizabeth, one who's actually awake, one who rolled boxcars, I think, to wake up, needing an 11. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up Elizabeth. It does mean, well, no, that'll mean we can't kick the Firestarter. I want to kick the Firestarter more than I want to pick up the pilot. We can pick up the pilot after the fact. We can get into pulse laser range of that Wasp and or the Firestarter. Harasser needs a 6 while flanking and turning, skids into hex 3631. Ost Scout fails to get up, takes 4 to the left leg, leaving 2 structure, needs a 9 to avoid damage, needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 6. And then the Ost Scout sprinting needs a 9, gets a 9. If he hadn't been sprinting, it would have been easy to get. Alright, starting with Hoser. We've got the Ost Scout on 9s, we've got the Mini Peggy on 11s. Yeah, let's lay into the Ost Scout just because it's our best odds. Let me see. Next, we'll do the Stalker, who might as well do the same thing on 11s. See, Archer still has only 1 target, and that's a pilot. Not taking that shot. Cronus can technically hit the Mini Peggy on a 14. No. So that's no shot for the Cronus. Blackjack, the Mini Peggy on 13. Not gonna happen. Alright, let me see here. Quick draw at the Orion at the Mini Peggy on 9s. Let's switch that back to cluster munitions so we can get that 8. We'll throw in the mediums first, and the LRM on an 11, all of it on 11s except for the LBX. We'll go ahead and fire medium pulses on 7s at the wasp. We'll go ahead and build up 1 point of heat for that. Quick draw into the back of the fire starter on 7s. Yeah, let's skip the large laser. We'll just do all the medium stuff. And then Warhammer on the Ost Scout. That'll be skipping the PPCs on 10s. That'll be 7s with all the mediums and smalls. Leaving us with 4 heat. 10. Yeah, that's not worth it. The Phoenix Hawk at the Firestarter missing on a 9, the Cicada at the Wasp missing on 12s, the Mini Peggy at the Quick Draw landing 3 SRMs to the center and right torso rear. Hoser needing 3 9s, gets a glancing blow on the right arm, destroying and transferring into the right torso. So hey, 1 out of 3 on 9s is better than average. And you got an arm destroyed. Stalker missing on 11s, the Firestarter hitting the quick draw on the left arm with a medium laser, the Wasp missing on 7s and 9s, Orion missing on 11s and 8s, Marauder at the Wasp hitting it in the center torso with a medium pulse laser down to 1 armor, the Det landing an autocannon 5 on quick draw's center torso rear down to 4 armor there. Quick draw at the Firestarter landing a medium laser to the right torso rear, missing with everything else. Warhammer at the Ost Scout, glancing off the right torso, solid hit to the center torso, followed by another one destroying the Ost Scout. Scimitar missing on a 9, the Chippewa missing on 9s except for LRM 15 at the Wasp, hits it in the right leg and the head, leaving it with 1 armor and forcing a first consciousness check. The quick draw. Definitely trying to kick the Firestarter again on a 6. Phoenix Hawk kicks the Mini Peggy in the right side, destroying the Mini Peggy. Quick draw kicks the Firestarter in the left leg, down to 4 structure. Needs an 8 to stay standing, gets an 11. Let's see. Yeah, Phoenix Hawk LEM is back up to 8 heat again. Everyone else is pretty cool. Still 3 fires burning, and Marion is still unconscious. Alright guys, last round. We're at 95%, our allies are at 95%, the primary op4 is at 12%. The Orion, let's start with the Awesome. We'll run into the woods. Stalker will run up and down this hill, or down and up this hill. Ash will continue advancing, as will Stiletto. Let's see, what do they still have? They've got Firestarter, they've got a Pilot, they've got a Scimitar, they've got a Vedette. I mean, we might as well go after that Vedette, I guess. Everything else is pretty much spoken for. We've got shots on the Scimitar. Might as well walk that one since it doesn't make a difference for our range bracket. Tsubasa will advance in this direction, 5 hexes. Tentacle Shogun is waiting for the... No, Tentacle Shogun can shoot at the Firestarter in the right arc. That could leg it. Or we could get in behind it again. That right torso rear is open. But he's already missing his right arm. Yeah, let's just go ahead and stand still and go for the kill. Try to wear through that right torso into the right arm. From the front arc, I guess. Quick draw will walk into these woods and... Oh. Quick draw will not walk into those woods. Because we've taken some actuator damage. We will instead stand still. Our pony is going to advance towards those guys. Alright, Scimitar. Just go 8s and 11s. And a 9, 11. Quick draw at the fire starter. We're gonna go. We'll go with everything up to 3 heat. The Vedette on 11s. Yeah, we'll take a couple shots. Why not? Marauder at the fire starter on 4s. We'll take a bunch of those. And we'll even throw in some SRMs for good measure. We've got 12s on the Wasp. We've got 11s on the Scimitar. We might as well take the easier shot, because we're not going to hit with anything anyways. That's just my prediction. We've got 13s on the Wasp. Got 12s over here. We've got 15. We might as well take the 12s. It's better than anything else we got. $14s, that's not gonna happen. Why is he? Okay, heavy smoke, heavy woods, intervening heavy smoke. Target jumped 3 to 4 hexes. Okay, so yeah, that's why he's impossible to hit. 13, or we've got 11, we'll take that. Blackjack. We'll also take a pair of 12s. I don't think we're going to do much damage this turn. Miss, 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 miss. Let's see. The Chippewa hits the Vedette in the left side with a medium laser and 9 LRMs. And then 9 more LRMs destroys the Vedette. The Wasp misses. The Orion at the Scimitar hits it in the front, the left side, and the turret, costing it half of its movement points. Yeah, Silent K escapes theme soon. That's what's happening. 15 SRMs on the LRMs on the Scimitar to the turret in the front, costing it 2 more movement points. Quick draw at the fire starter. Large laser to the left leg, destroying it, transferring into the left torso. Medium laser to the left arm, left leg transferring into the left torso, left arm destroyed and transferring into the left torso, destroyed. And an SRM to the center torso, leaving it with 5 structure or 5 armor. Warhammer at the Vedette hits it in the left side, but it's already dead. The Vedette hits the Chippewa in the nose. Marauder at the fire starter hits it in the right leg, destroying it. Right torso again. Center torso, critting on the gyro and the engine twice. Center torso again. And that's an ammo explosion. So yeah, there's no fire starter left. Poser missing on 11s, the Stalker missing on 12s, Scimitar missing on 8s and 12s, Cronus missing on 11s, Blackjack missing on 12s. Wasp tries to kick the Trebuchet and misses, but does not fall down. Yeah. Let's see, they're down to less than 5% of their battle value. It is even more exploding tanks. Yes, indeed. Let's just go ahead and take a quick look at this. They still have the Scimitar and a Wasp. I believe that's all they have. Yeah, let's go ahead and call it here, even though we didn't technically win. Just go ahead and click done on all of these, and it should take us to the end step. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that is victory. I always save the salvage. We did control the battlefield. Marauder took some moderate damage. Nothing internal though. The quick draw also didn't take any internal damage, but did lose 2 actuators. Other than that, everyone's in pretty good shape. Wayne Henshaw took 2 hits to the head. Hopefully he's fine. What have we got that we're interested in here? We've got a heavily damaged wasp. We've got a bunch of salvage. We've got a Pegasus crippled. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take the Pegasus for our QRF. I mean, is there anything else we want? Not really. Captured a couple guys from the Harasser, Manticore, Panther Pilot, Pegasus, more Pegasus, someone from the Sabakukaze, a couple more people, Skulker, the Vedette. Alright, I don't think anyone earned any kills that weren't properly recorded. So we've got Warwolf with the Skulker. Oh, Warwolf only got 1 kill. Scarponi got the Hunter, the Galleon, the Scorpion, the Oscat, and the Sabakukaze. Oh, you missed it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube in probably an hour to 2 hours. So, I mean, I'm glad you did get to at least show up. But yeah, just at the very end. Sorry about that. Let's see. Tentacle Shogun got the Fire Starter, the Manticore. Tsubasa got the Panther. Let's see. Stiletto got the LRM carrier. And they're in Limerick. But yeah, Scarponi, MVP, I think, with 5 kills. Engage the following units and forces. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and check all of these. Fall will be better for you? Okay, well that's good to know. Yeah, just let me finish checking all of these. Preserve 100%, we did not do that, so that's going to cost us a victory point. Preserve 50%, we did do that, so this should be a victory. And it should give us a victory point, a campaign victory point. So we should be at 2 victory points. Nope, just 1. Which is, well, I guess we gained 1 and then lost 1. Let's go ahead and save it here. And thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate it. I hope you've had as much fun watching me play as I've had playing. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community, be part of the Discord. Links are in my bio. Yeah, until next week, I hope you guys have a good one. Yeah, see you. And yeah, have a good one. We'll catch you in a week.